Anyway, welcome to the Graybeard Gaming Podcast. I am Scott, and when I am not here, you can find me playing Space Paranoids at Flynn's. And as always, with me, Liam and David. And this week we're going to talk about Ubisoft again, of course, Atomfall, and some whatnots. But first, guys, this is our 50th show. So I would like to read some of the few comments that we've gotten on the show. And most notably, this happens to be our episode of Avowed. It was titled Avowed, Not a Woke Mess.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
This actually got us 362 views, which, for us is with, 29 subscribers as of episode 50. That's pretty good. But I'll save the best one for last, which is actually pretty positive. But these are funny. W Time 69 says, "Let me save you the time. It is," referring to Not a Woke Mess. And then Moskin F4I says, "But a mess nonetheless." Rhyme. That's poetic. I like that. And then Crap React says, "Honey, drop the anti-woke. It's not going to get you. It's not going to get someone like you anywhere." What does that even mean? Like what is that? Anyway. And then let's see. Joey Jinsey 6051 says, "How much did they pay you?" Really?
Yeah, I wish they did. Pay me.
Yeah, what?
Pay me.
Well, that was my response. It's like they would have paid me for this.
Yeah.
But then
Where is
somebody,
my check, Microsoft?
this guy responded, "I don't think anyone is paying someone with 30 subs. That said, I disagree with the video." It's like, you're absolutely 100% right. I wish we had 30 subs. And then Mac Tapin says, "Sounds like a pretty bad game to me." Well, that's fine. He's probably the only one here that has not played it and has said so. And then Willie, let's see. Oh, Willet13 says, "The game is just not good." Okay. Well, if you've played it. So I go back to Crap React. "Honey, drop the anti-woke. It's not going to get someone like you anywhere." So I think this person's referring to now when you're talking about games, I guess you can only have two sides now. You're the anti-woke or you're the pro-woke.
Right.
I don't know. I mean,
that's what it is. There's no gray area of anything. This side or that side. That's it. And it's woke.
Yeah. It's woke or it's not.
I have to wonder, based on his comment, like, did he watch our video? Like, did he even
Probably.
see the title?
I don't know.
I would say he saw the title, watched 5 seconds, and
it's very possible because we got ratio. We got 7 likes and 18 dislikes. We got 7 likes.
Nice.
What's the phrase? Any press is good press.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's it's engaging to talk about. Like this is why you have comments, because you want to talk about it. Just disagreeing and not giving any points why. Like you can't. If you had reasons why you think it's woke because you played the game, then that's awesome. But if you didn't play the game and you're just saying it's woke, have some perspective.
Yeah.
But God, this dude's name, Hack Your Vision, I think 4624. This is what he says. He actually wrote something, and this is kind of the engagement I was hoping for. But he says, "I respect your opinion. I don't think you're a shill." Thanks, dude. I'm not. Neither of us are. But there's like 4 to 5 super unlikable girl boss characters in the first 2 hours, all in higher positions of power with very few male counterparts. That is true. All of the, by the way, absolutely ugly and lifeless NPCs were made sure to be super diverse to the point it feels forced, yet no one stands out because of it except the ugliest ones. I don't really agree with that, but not helped by how jumbled and thoughtless they were designed, face and clothes-wise. Prior to the release, they were trying to hide the pronouns. One of the game designers just had to make this huge drama about said pronouns. Game was SBI detected. There's tons and tons more. Just saying, it is a woke mess. Well, I mean, he says, I really dig the level design, exploration, and combat, and I agree that this is nowhere near as bad as Concord, but that's pretty low bar to be fair. But if you had fun with it and enjoyed it, more power to you. That's cool. So this guy obviously played the game. He found some things in it that he felt like didn't belong there, and that's absolutely cool. If you have played previous Pillars of Eternity games, though, the diversity is there's different continents and realms and stuff that these people, much like Elder Scrolls, that these people come from. It wasn't forced, but I kind of agree with them. There are a lot of the female characters in the game are they're a little girl bossy, but I did respond with, I agree with most of that, except for the random characters that you find. There are some, girl boss kind of characters, but none of which you take with you. They're not the characters that go, with you on this journey. So, I guess that's up to, your own personal, perception of the game. Yeah. So
I think I was gonna say, I just think that there's a general meme in the world right now about being woke, and so a lot of people have preconceptions about that topic.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say when they play any game, whatever it is, the minute they see things that would be perceived as, sort of conforming to that idea of wokeness, they have a predisposition, and so they're like, oh, this game's probably woke, but they're not just looking past that and just playing the game for what it is. I'm sure that's happening with like any game in general.
Yeah.
You might fight a girl boss and go, oh, this game's woke, and it's like, just play the game for what it is.
Yeah, and we kind of talked about on another episode. It's like it's like if there's a game with a female lead, then a lot of people are going to just think it's woke.
Right.
And that she's a girl boss and she's the same character we play in every other game. And the problem is that you shouldn't do that, but at the same time, there's a 50% chance that they're right. Because if a game comes out now, it was made, started 5-6 years ago. The problem is that it's just like any game or anything else, in gaming. Wait till the game comes out. Watch people play it on Twitch. That's what. If you don't want to buy it, watch somebody play it. Go to Graybeard Gaming on Twitch. I do videos of first runs. I did Atomfall the other day. I did another game called Tainted Grail. It's a horrible name. Of the beginning of the game and its state that it's in right now, and you can kind of judge for yourself what you're seeing and if that's a game for you or not. I still believe that there's a lot of political ideologies are just shouldn't be in video games. There's this, unless it's like political ideology, the game, that's fine. There's
tropical.
There's games for that. Exactly. Right. But that doesn't have to be in every game. It's just, I think that a lot of games that don't do that or have no intention of doing that may have, if their character is female or something, then they're gonna get that hate
publicity.
For it. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's unfortunate to have that state of where we are right now.
Yeah, I hope it corrects it. I think it's going to take some people being a little just chill out about stuff, and then the publishers maybe getting back to making fun games. But good engagement. Yeah. Thanks everybody for leaving a comment. This is why we do this. This is why we have it on YouTube, so we can kind of get feedback from you guys. And our first real feedback was you're a shill. Okay, right, yeah. Microsoft
that's just the internet interneting.
Yeah, Yeah. Well, let's move on to our regularly scheduled stuff. And Liam, are you still with us?
Can you pause for a sec?
Okay, so we're going to talk about what we played this week. And let's start with Liam so he can kind of stretch out his camera and mic that we're still having problems. Thanks, Discord,
Yeah.
for,
Discord
kinda
just
crappy.
like gave my PC a heart attack and
Yeah.
tried
Probably
to
because there was
screw it.
like 90 of
So-
them running in the background.
Yeah.
You want to open Discord 90 times? Okay. Anyway, so what have you been up to this
open
week?
tab.
Yeah.
Well, I have been getting over a cold this week because spring and hay fever and allergies and everything is like, oh. So I haven't played a lot. I did play more 33 Immortals though with some friends of mine.
Oh, okay.
And it's amazing how the game has changed. It changed completely now. Not the game itself, just how people approach it.
Oh.
Because
Okay.
before I started the game and people were just dying. Like,
Yeah.
Right, you were saying that last time.
easy. Now we can clear bosses out in 2 minutes. It's amazing.
Oh, cool. So everybody's kind of leveling up and
Yeah, everyone's like got it and leveling up, and people just like carrying through. Like, we tried to introduce a friend of ours to this game. It's like, oh, this is gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, and then we just cleared the whole thing. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, it's great because you can like you can still level up weapons and your stats and your perks and different things. But yeah, I mean, as far as the game goes, though, like that's just a loop, but that's it. Like, what comes afterwards? So it's fun for a few runs, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's got any much staying power beyond that.
Now, is this is early access?
Yeah, it is.
Game preview? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's possible that more content will show up. If not,
Oh yeah, more
fixes,
content will show up. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like imagine like a mini Diablo raid, dungeon boss thing. But that's the game. That's it. You're nothing else. So like, at what point does it become boring if you just pass through? So yeah, I don't know how much this can actually hold for multiplayer. Fun to play with friends and just level up. Yeah, I don't know what else they're supposed to do in this game really to keep people wanting more.
Huh. Ooh, that's not a good start.
I mean, it's definitely a fun time. It's just, I think it's a cheap game as well. I can't remember how much it is, but I think it's cheap. Anyway, even without Game Pass, like I don't know, £20 or something or less. I don't know. So it's not meant to be this huge, massive game,
right? But I mean, you want people to. It sounds like a game that, not a live service per se, but a game that you would want. You would want to keep people engaged into.
Yeah.
I'm looking for it on their store. There it is. It doesn't have a price. Oh, it's $20. Yeah.
Yeah.
So $20 game.
So it's just.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun for a few runs, definitely, and I think £20 is, I think that's
about right
good,
there,
to be honest.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, David?
No, do you remember this site that's I'm dating myself right now. Do you remember this site called newgrounds.com?
Well, that sounds familiar.
Newgrounds.
Yeah. So like people used to use Flash Player and they used to create content using like Flash.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Old internet days.
Anytime I see a game that looks like this,
it looks like a Flash game. Yeah.
It looks like a Flash game.
Yeah.
And I'm always just kind of like, I'm just playing like a Newgrounds game that somebody created. I mean, don't get me wrong, the game might be fun, it might be exciting, But that's the one thing that like turns me off a little bit when I see a game with that sort of animation kind of, and I just automatically just I'm taken back to that newgrounds.com time when so I'm not
Yeah,
saying that I mean look, I can't draw like that. I can't do that animation. I
Yeah,
give
yeah.
I give the developers credit, but that's that I just always that's just what I think of like when I see a game like that.
you know, I agree with you on that. And seeing this game, there's a couple other games that have that kind of flat art style.
Yes.
What I mean by flat is like it's not textures; it's just everything is just a color.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's always felt like it's like this is so like reminiscent of something. It reminds me of something. I just can't place it, and that is exactly what it
Yeah.
is. It's the old
Yeah.
Flash games
Like,
that,
it's Flash Player.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not. I mean, I had a lot of fun with those games.
I
Yeah.
listen. I used to love
Yeah.
Newgrounds, man. They used to have some
Oh
really
yeah.
Yeah,
weird
some
content on there,
crazy stuff on
man.
But
there. Yeah.
there was still so many games on even today. You can still go back there and go on the old internet websites and just play games.
Oh man,
Yeah, yeah,
somebody's
yeah.
somebody's gonna like, you know, make Flash again or make it updated for Windows, and they're gonna have all those games on their website at some point.
I'm
There's
gonna get a hat that says "Make Newgrounds Great Again."
yeah. Bring Flashback.
Bring
Flashback.
Flash Player back.
Yeah. Jeez. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably
Apart from that, I've played some Black Ops as well
yeah.
because there is a double
Okay.
XP weekend.
Wait, didn't they
I
come out with a
did
new campaign?
the campaign.
Oh, you talking about for
There's like a
zombies?
new. No, no, not for zombies. There's like a new. I thought there was a new campaign. Somebody told me that there's a new single player or something like that,
Mm,
downloadable thing. Or
not that
maybe
I
I'm
know
not.
of.
Maybe it's not Black Ops.
No,
Maybe it's Call of Duty or something. I'm not
I don't
sure.
know.
The
They're
previous one.
not anything like single player, no. But
Oh,
obviously they'll have their next season, which is multiplayer content,
Yeah.
zombie content, that kind of thing. That happens next week. I really want to play the zombies map as well because it looks really good. Um,
mm.
they got the ray gun Mark II back and the Wonder Waffle.
Oh, nice.
I need to play. I need to play with those weapons again.
This,
So I'm looking forward to that.
this game is still crashing on me. Black Ops 6. It's still
It's
everybody I play with. It's like if there's three of us playing, and we can't go a match without one of us crashing.
Yeah, without somebody crashing out. Yeah.
That's just come on, guys.
Which
It's been out for
I
freaking
know.
came out in October.
Yeah, and they are supposed to be relaunching Warzone as well this season.
Yeah, I think this is like their last ditch effort to try to get
for
people
Warzone.
back on Warzone, and then if this doesn't work,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
getting the
if
axe.
this doesn't work, Warzone's canned. That's it.
Yeah. And I mean, I think like the whole the battle royale scene is, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
we knew this
gone
wasn't
down.
going to last forever. Yeah.
Yeah. That bubble popped is going down.
Yeah.
There's only a few that can stay, mainly Fortnite because that's just got everyone on it.
But that's not even really a battle royale anymore. I mean, it's like more of a platform than it is. You know.
It evolved into other things too. So
Yeah.
even if the battle royale went away,
Yeah.
they'll do something else.
Exactly. It's like anybody that's playing a battle royale seems to just like, well, they're going to gravitate to Fortnite anyway. And the last, bastion of people on PUBG and Warzone are just, they're just going to be there till the very end, I'm sure. But yeah, cool. So was that your week?
Yeah, that's the amount of game time I can put in without sneezing every second.
I know, that's so annoying. Man, I hate that. We have that here too.
That was so annoying.
Springtime. All right, David. How was your week?
I'm sorry. I'm texting my friend because he told me there's a new campaign for
like,
Black
liar.
Yeah. No, you know what
Liar.
he's telling me? You know what he's telling me now? He's like, no, it's just a regular campaign. Like he never played the campaign.
Oh, he's just now playing the campaign.
He's just now playing it, and he's saying he said it was new, and I'm like, It's not new.
If it's new to you, that doesn't mean it's new.
Freaking liar.
It's like, what is this?
Wow.
Have you heard of?
He's like, that-
Yeah, it's like, have you heard of peanut butter? Yes. I've never had this before.
if you put peanut butter and jelly on 2 slices of bread,
Yeah, it makes this thing called a sandwich.
he texts me back, yes,
I-
it's really cool.
Well, that is.
shit.
I have to say that is a good campaign. I enjoyed that campaign.
I put bread next to fire. What's this
Right.
toast? Well,
Yeah. So no, I jumped on the bandwagon. I'm playing Schedule 1 just like every other person
Oh my
in this
god!
world
It
right
surpassed. It surpassed Assassin's Creed on Steam by a
It is doing
mile. Yeah.
now. It is doing great. It is doing great. And I remember seeing a TikTok about it, and the TikTok was the guy was like, "Oh yeah, I'm into this new game called Schedule 1," and I'm like, and he showed video of it, and I'm like, this looks really cool. This looks like something I would totally play. And then I saw it was very cheap. It was on sale. It was like
Mhm.
$16. I
Yeah.
was like, this is really a no-brainer. When it's this cheap and it's like 2 hours worth of fun, I'm fine with it. You know what I mean? Like, doesn't matter, you know?
And it's a demo.
Turns
There's
out-
a demo of it as well.
And there's a demo. I didn't even go for the demo. I'm
Yeah.
I'm an idiot. I was just like tickle.
Just went in.
So I love it. It is a
Yeah.
great game. It's hella funny. And it's funny because I just made fun of 33 Immortals being Flash, and this game is like
It looks like that.
It's-
Yeah.
it's crap, but in a good way, in a funny way. It's like, using that sort of like not so great look of the game to its benefit. And yeah, it's keeping me on my toes, and I really play it very, very slow. Like I'm just now selling crystal meth. Like there's lots of people with as much time as me, and it's really funny to even talk about it. Like
Yeah.
like my wife had a show this weekend, and we were all eating with the band, and they were like, "Oh, what have you guys been up to lately?" And we're like, "Oh, we've been playing this new game where we sell weed." And they're like, "What else do you do?" And I'm like, "No, that's the game. You just sell weed."
Yeah.
And Gina's like, "Yeah, I made this new strain of weed called Purple Dick, and we've been selling this weed called Purple Dick." And I was like, "Yeah, and that one strain that you made, Miracle Queef, oh my God, it's selling like hotcakes." And like and her bandmates are like, "What the hell are you guys doing?"
Yeah.
And it's just hilarious. It's just hilarious. And she's really good at selling. Gina's really good at selling. I'm really good at making.
Hmm.
And yeah, we're making money. And you were saying before, it's like a game where you like what do you just say? You do things or something like work. like-
Yeah. It's a job game. Like
It's a job game.
Yeah.
Yes. And there are times when I'm like bagging 20 bags of weed, like I'm throwing a nugget in a 20 bag, and I'm I'm remembering my brief moment of when I actually did sell weed. For like I sold weed for like a day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, why aren't I doing this? Like,
Like
why
why
am
did
I not?
why did I ever quit that?
Why am I not? I'm literally taking weed and putting it in a bag. I could just do that in real life and just sell real weed, but like I'm obviously not going to do that. But
just a disclaimer, like our podcast is not sponsored by drug
Right. We do
dealing.
not condone.
No.
and-
no. I actually the reason why I only sold it for like a day was because like somebody came up to me and said, "You're the worst dealer ever," and I'm like, "I'm not a dealer. What?" I'm not a dealer. I'm not a dealer. And then I stopped doing it. But
Well,
but
in the words of Walter White, you're just a manufacturer.
right.
yeah.
Manufacturer.
But anyway, so no, this game is really, really cool. It's fun. I highly recommend it. You could play up to 4 people. And yeah, it's just a fun game. Like I really there's definitely content there. Like there's definitely a progression system where you're going from weed to meth to coke, and you're just kind of like And I had to wonder for a second because I started making meth, and you get like the items to actually make meth, and I'm like, is this really how you do it? Like I'm really sort of wondering, like, is this the chemical composition that I need? Do you really have to bake it?
Are they
Do
are
you
they
really?
teaching people how to make
I
make
I'm
meth?
I am seriously wondering, and then I
Like,
started thinking in my head, I'm like, where did they research this? If this is really how to make meth,
well, I'm sure you
did they?
can. Yeah.
It's just okay. I can research it on Google, and it'll literally just tell me you need phosphorus, and you need Sudafed or whatever it is. They literally
Yeah,
dissolve it in acid. Then they pour this next thing in. You mix it up, and then you heat it, and then you bake it, and then you
yeah,
take a
yeah,
hammer
yeah.
and you
That's what.
bang,
Yeah.
bang, bang.
Now,
Yeah,
if you do
yeah.
a search for
That's what
that,
they do.
use
Yeah,
somebody else's computer. Yeah.
yeah. Because have you seen like Breaking Bad?
Mm-mm.
I have not.
Like
I've
it's all
only
about
seen
meth.
season one. I've never seen the rest of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Because that's what they do. They because it's a
okay,
show about making meth. That's how they do it. So
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah,
shows you them
That's
doing the
yeah,
processes. They're mixing and baking and hammering it. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
wow.
So
and you should watch it as well. The rest of it. It's
yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah. I watched. I thought the first season was pretty good actually, but I never completed it. But yeah, and you know what's funny is like I've been so consumed with this $16 game, and I really was excited and pumped for Enzoy. I haven't even bothered to buy it. I haven't even bothered to shell out the $60 for Enzoy, which I think looks like it's worth it. I guess. I don't
Is it
know.
$60 though?
I don't know. It might
I
be.
think it was. I think it's
Because
40, isn't it?
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, because for
Yeah.
me it's like £35.
It's
Yeah,
early
it's quite cheap
access,
actually.
so take
Oh
that for
okay.
what it is. It sounds
Okay.
like Schedule One though is like. I remember like everybody has this gripe about GTA. It's like kids are playing it, they're teaching them how to get hookers, and then Schedule was like hold my beer, like
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
like gonna
No,
move
we're really
over
gonna show you
GTA. Yeah,
how
Oh
to
my
like.
myth.
right. Yeah,
We're gonna teach you
exactly.
about margins. What's your
Mm.
margins? We're gonna
Yeah,
teach you about
the
like
stuff they
diversifying.
don't teach in school anymore. Right. It's like, Mom, do
Right,
we have
right,
any
right, right.
Sudafed? Why?
You know how much it costs to produce a product like that?
Right. Oh my
You know,
god.
Mom, what's your margins? What's your margins look like?
Well,
Jeez.
I always think it's like video games are great because you can do things in video games that you wouldn't normally do in real life. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you've ever thought hey, I could be a really good drug dealer, well then now here's your chance without going to jail. It's funny. I played a little bit of this game. I played the free sample, which is what the demo's called. And
Free
I
sample.
see the lure in it, but it's one of those games that for me like it's an occupation game. I'm not crazy about those,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but it reminds me of a comedian that he was saying like his friend went to jail, right? His drug dealer friend, and he was talking to him on the phone, and he was like, "Man, I went from driving a Benz to sleeping in a cot. Man, who would have thought that would have happened?" And he's like, "Everybody, like everyone we knew, like everyone knew this.
Yeah.
Like we told you this. We told you this is what was going to happen." So,
Yeah.
but just do it in a game, not in real life. It's
Yeah.
save you probably a lot of heartache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People have that kind of, oh, it will never happen to me.
Right,
Oh, whoops.
right. Oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoplifters
I mean,
are the same way. No shoplifter goes into to steal something and goes, "I'm going to get caught." They're like, "I'm not going to get caught. I know what I'm doing."
Mhm.
Yep. They get
I,
caught
I mean,
a
I
lot.
really, I really think that more games should be educational. I think you would really. I'm not saying learn from learn from
Maybe
this
not
game
this
and
one.
go
Learn
make
from the
meth,
criminals,
go make
and
meth.
then
But I mean,
and then GTA
but yeah,
6 comes out.
but video games that
Right.
show you, video games that do show you marketing, video games that show you price points for certain items and how you can sell it and how you can gauge the market
Yeah.
and how I was talking about Tropico 6 on the other one, and I was learning about uh, uh, politics and learning about, political factions and,
Yeah.
laws and stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely think that games should be more educational, and they can be fun and educational. This is definitely like a way, like a gateway to education, I think, in a big
I,
way.
I wonder why no one's made, unless they have, I just don't know. I wonder why no one's made a game developer sim. Like, start your own
Huh.
studio, hire some people, come up with a concept. You know what I mean?
There-
Like, that
there
just seems
are
like
Wow.
like you think you know what, you think we can just use Unreal Engine 5 now. No, this is how it
there
works.
are there are some little games that do that,
Mm-hmm.
but it's only like little actually, ironically, indie studio games.
Well, right, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like one of those sort of flash, as I said, like flash games, like cartoon style
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
A game dev tycoon is one which
Oh, okay,
I
so
like a
somebody
lot.
has made one. Okay.
Yeah. So they are out there, but I wish for like a proper sort of full scope game uh game industry tycoon game. That would be my dream game, to be quite honest. That's just
So,
being me
you want to
nerdy.
run
Like
Ubisoft? Yeah.
yeah, what would happen if Ubisoft were owned by EA? What would happen if Sony did actually go with Nintendo? What would happen if this happened or that happened?
Yeah.
Like so many things could have happened in video games that may or may not have, and like what would the market look like? How do people gauge the market? So I would love a game like that.
Oh man, that would be a fun game.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
go bloop, close this studio, open this one, and then the whole landscape, changes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
they have Power Wash Simulator, so I mean, like,
And it
they
sells
should
really
definitely
well.
have. I know, it blows my mind, man. It blows my
Yeah,
mind.
yeah, it blows my because there's a sequel coming out as well.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's
Loads of DLCs came out, and now there's a sequel.
well, you got to know that like the people like there's a guy right now that's like contributed to making Assassin's Creed Shadows, and he's looking at Steam and he's going, okay, so there's this many players right now on my game. That's pretty depressing. What's the top? Oh, the top selling game right now is Schedule 1 about being a drug dealer, and it's $16. What the fuck am I doing with my life? I mean, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you put so much into something, and it's so huge, and you get it out there, and it's like you think that's what people want, and sometimes I don't think it is. I think it's just a little indie game that is fun to play, and you can play with your friends.
Yeah.
That's something that like a lot of games come out of. It's just little indie studios, little ideas,
Mm-hmm.
not the
Yeah.
mega corporations that try to, put microtransactions into every single, cranny on the game. But people, like big games are born from little ideas. That's all it is. Just that passion, that idea.
Mm-hmm.
But the developer working for Ubisoft, would they get the same salary as an indie studio? Probably not. So there is that too. Like if you're going to be working at a big company, I imagine they get paid well.
Yeah, they probably get paid very well. That's might be what's wrong with a lot of studio closures. It's like you hired all these people and you're not producing anything. We're paying them; they got to go. But again, we don't have the sim to try that idea out. So we're just
Yeah.
gonna just from our perspective, and if this is your first time here, this is kind of what we do. We don't we're not fanboys. We look at things as consumers, as we judge with our wallets. Is this
Yeah.
worth $60? Is this worth $70? Is this Schedule 1 game worth $16.99? You got to look at things like that, because if you just consume and consume and consume, like I'm an Assassin's Creed fan, I must buy every one, and I must go on Twitter and say Ubisoft is the best company and this Assassin's Creed is the best one they've ever made. You're not doing yourself any favors. You might be wasting your money, and you might realize that you're not really having fun. I mean,
Yeah.
take each game as it is and wait till it comes out. And just not preaching, just saying, just be a better consumer, and communicate with your wallet.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm saying that is segueing into what I've been playing. And I was off last week, so I played literally everything. I caught up on like all the stuff that I've been playing. I completed Dishonored 2 again. No, for the first time, actually. I completed the whole thing. Not realizing that I had not completed it when it came out. So, of course, I immediately started playing Dishonored 1 again. God, that game is so good. If you have not played that game, what is stopping you from playing that game? And then the only thing I haven't gone back to is Monster Hunter Wilds, which I am. It's one of those games that you can't play in small doses. You have to like kind of commit, So I'll come back to that. But I've been playing a game that I probably talked previously about called Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon. And this got a new patch. So this is like a Skyrim, Bethesda style first-person RPG, open-world game by an indie studio. And I like it. When it came out, I got it, early access. It's not a lot of content. It was kind of rough, and performance was not very good. And then they patched it, and they added more content, and it got a little better. And now they've changed a lot of things in the game, and they've changed the prologue and a little bit of the story, and it's gotten a lot better. So if you like those kind of games, I definitely think you should give it a try. I did stream the new patch over on Twitch, Graybeard Gaming. So go check that out. And there's like an hour and a half of the beginning of the game. You can check it out and see what you think of it. And then, and of course, I also played Atomfall. Have you guys played this yet or at all?
I was going to, but I've heard there's quite a few bugs about it. So
I think there is a Xbox bug that they patched either today or yesterday that was keeping people from completing some quest or something like that. On PC, I haven't had any issues at all. And this thing, I have to say, now the story and everything, this is based on an actual catastrophe that happened in northern England. Yeah. Loosely, obviously. But I'm not going to tell you the setup. I'm not going to tell you like what it's about. I think that this is one of those games that it would really benefit you going in not knowing anything. You start off with amnesia, with a head injury. And the only reason I know that is that when you start in a room, and if you get up and you turn around, there's blood all over your pillow. So it's obviously like something happened to your head. You don't remember anything, a la, I'm surprised you didn't start in a prison cell and break out, which you do in Tainted Grail, by the way. But a guy comes in and it sends you out into this world. And this game is fun to explore, and it's hard to describe because it's kind of like this game and kind of like this game and kind of like this game. It's like a mix mash of a lot of different genres, but the exploration is great. The gameplay is great. There's a lot of mysteries. There's a lot of people you talk to, and you're trying to kind of fit everything together and figure out what's going on. And like this person will tell you, oh, well, don't listen to that guy. He lies. And then this person will tell you, no, I'm not a liar. This guy, is a crook or whatever. So you don't know who to trust. You don't know where to go. You don't know much of anything. And it's fun to just kind of start piecing these things together as you go. Plus, when you explore, you get more exposition as you walk around. And it runs great. How are these people making this game? I'm getting 80 to 180 frames per second on my PC, and there's no DLS or FSR even in the game. Like, they haven't even incorporated it, and it runs great. I got ultra settings. It's running fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
I'll just download it on my PC then.
Yeah, play it on PC, man. It is definitely worth it. But yeah, I think if you got Game Pass, this is a must play. It's very charming. The characters are really interesting to talk to. And but again, I'm not going to go into a lot of the story. I think it's best to just go into it and explore and see what you can find out. I think that everybody that plays it's going to have a slightly different experience.
Well, I saw one clip. I saw one clip of it, and it sold me on wanting to play it. And there was an Easter egg in the game
Yeah.
because it's England, and we love our references and things here. There is a Doctor Who Easter egg in the game.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? Oh, of course there is, right? Because that's mandatory. We said that here.
Yeah, yeah. Apparently, well, I don't know where in the game, I don't know where, like what part, but there is you just like walking around and you see a blue box up on like the rock.
Really? Okay, I got to look for that then.
Yeah. Then if you go to it, like if you try and get up to it, it disappears. It kind of makes a sound
Of
as well.
course,
like,
yeah. Now, I will say this: there's gnomes everywhere. Like you'll find a gnome, and you punch it, and he makes a little noise, like oh. So I'm guessing that if you keep doing that, it's, something will happen. And I this game it kind of cracks me up sometimes because I came up to two enemies, right? And I won't tell you what they were because I'm not sure if they're enemies or not yet. I don't know if they're the bad guys or the good guys. But one guy was like, "Hey, we don't want any trouble here. You keep going. We don't want any trouble." And the guy next to him just looked at me and went, "Ah!" and just started running straight at me, like like he didn't even hear what the other guy was saying. He just came, and then we were in a fight. So now when you come up to somebody, some of them will tell you, "Hey, I don't want any trouble. Keep your distance." And if you do, they just go away. You're not like just attacked everywhere you go. You can kind of just go, okay, well, there's 8 of you. I think I'm going to go over here. But if you shoot at them or if you get a little too close, they will attack you. That is a little refreshing, especially in open world games where you see, oh, look, a crab, and it's like, tries to eat your face off. So
I wish games actually did that more, to be honest, because a lot of games, open world kind of exploration, everything attacks you. It's like, that animal, he's bad, and now it's attacking me, and there's a bear over there, and now there's bandits over here, and like if you're doing your thing, I'm just gonna go over here. You don't have to have that.
Yeah, and here,
aggravation.
Right. You don't want to attack everybody because I have run across some people that are like, "Oh, hello." I'm like, "Oh, I almost took your head off with this cricket bat," which has been my primary weapon. This game is very English. Even the people, like in the town are very. It reminds me of oh God, the name of the movie just flew out of my head. The movie with Nick Frost and Simon Pegg, the cop movie.
Yes.
Hot Fuzz. Thank you. The town that it was in the movie, the little quaint little. They were trying to get like Village of the Year or whatever. It's that town and it's those people. like from that movie. So I mean, if it's you like that movie, those people are like there in that's what it is. It's like this obvious quaint little town that just got completely wrecked and everybody's freaking out. So, but yeah, this
other developers English.
Yes, this is Rebellion. These are the guys that make the what?
Sniper Elite games.
Are they English? They are English, aren't they? Yeah, when they interview them, they talk like you. So they make the Sniper Elite games, and and the what is it? The zombie army games, which is basically the same game. It's just like Sniper Elite with zombies. Yeah. And the Sniper Elite games, if you have not played those and you like World War II games or even sniping games, those are a blast to play, especially co-op.
It's very fun.
Yeah. And that's all I'm going to say about Atomfall, unless you guys have any questions. But again, it is best to go in just kind of blind, kind of figure everything out, because I think that's how it's intended. Or go look at my stream. I streamed it.
I do need to play it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then, other than that, just some knick-knack stuff, just here and there. I did played Schedule 1, and I got up to, I went and got my fertilizer and my lamp and my water jug and all that stuff. And the guy at the store's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" Like, "Oh, gardening." It's like, "Oh, great."
Yeah.
I said gardening.
Yeah. So I made it back to the motel and I started doing all this stuff. And then that's when I was just like, "Oh man, I may have to, I've still got it on my computer. I may go back to it." But I wasn't aware, David, that this game was co-op.
Yeah, up to 4 people.
So like you make the stuff and Gina goes and sells it.
That's how we have it, because I just like you know me, I like to craft. I could sit in the house all day and just craft.
Right.
It's exciting to me. So I have my rack where I put what I make, and I bag it and all that stuff. I put it there, and Gina just comes in, and she's very she's like this in her real life. Like, she'll negotiate, and she'll try to like get a lot of money off an item, or she'll try to, get the most money if she's trying to sell something. She's just really good at that kind of stuff. And that's what she does in this game. She'll go up to somebody and they'll go, "Oh, I'll pay you $100 for this weed." And she's like, $100? That's nothing. She's like, "I want 160. I want 200. I want what?" And people go for it. And the next thing you know, she comes back. She goes, "I made like 10 grand." And I'm like, "That's awesome."
Oh my God.
So I mean, she's just really good at it, and it's really, really fun. There'll be times when it's really late and I'm making a batch, and she'll be like, "Damn it!" I'm like, "What?" She's like, "I'm getting chased by the cops right now. She's like, I'm trying to hide." I'm like, "Don't lose the shit. Whatever you do, don't lose. I made you some good shit." And she's like, "They didn't find me yet. They didn't find me yet. Don't worry." So it's like, it's a lot of fun where it's like we're playing together, but we're not playing together at the same time. It's like we're in the same lobby. So and you can hire people in the game. In the game, you get to a point where you hire people to manage the plants. You get some people to manage. You can even hire somebody to clean up, because you make a mess of like making stuff. There's stuff on the floor and you got to clean up.
Yeah, I did that.
You can hire somebody to clean up. And there's things I was watching the tips and tricks video the other day, just for shits and giggles. I didn't need it. I felt like I didn't need the tips and tricks video. Like, for once in my life of playing games, like, I actually didn't really feel the need to watch one. But you can take a bat and you could bash ATM machines and you can get some money, and you can bash soda machines. Yeah, you could bash soda machines and you could get some money out of the soda machines. So you can be a jerk in the game. But I also think, you could be a jerk to other people, and the cops will be on you. So yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff. I have my theories about the story of the game, because there is a bit of a story, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but I don't know what the outcome is going to be in the end, but I feel like there's going to be a bit of betrayal by somebody in the game.
I thought about that too. Like, there seems to be a little bit of story. I'm thinking, like, it would behoove them to, like, end up in jail. like the developers should be like, "Okay, all the stuff that you just did is bad, and you're going to end up in jail."
Yeah.
But you're talking about bashing ATMs. I did notice that the trash cans have like a little dollar thing on them. So I opened it up and I put trash in it, and it gives you money for picking up trash. And I'm thinking, why do we not do that? Why do we not have that? Like, all of this shit laying around. Like, I go downtown and there's paper and cans and fucking shit everywhere. It's like, why don't we have trash cans that, like, dispense money for putting trash in it? Like, holy shit.
Because somebody would freaking bash it in is why.
Well, I mean, it would be a trash can, man. Like a big metal, I don't know.
Yeah. Or somebody would just throw bricks in there and be like, I put in a lot of trash in there, so I
dead body. Where I live, it would be a dead body. How much you get for this?
Yeah. No, but I thought the exact same thing too. I was like, why don't we have this in real life? Like, it just literally spitting out like $10, and I threw like a couple of cups in there.
Aldi figured it out. It's like, you take a quarter, you put it in, you get a basket. If you want to get your quarter back, you got to put the basket back.
There you go.
There you go.
That's
Simple solution. Germans, man.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I feel like I cut you off earlier. Was that all that you played this week, or was that?
I did play like maybe 2 or 3 hours of this game called Dead Side. Have you ever heard of that one?
Oh,
Another
I
indie
did
game.
download that. Yeah.
It is exactly like DayZ, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
Well, you
It
say
feels like a much
exactly.
like it's exactly like DayZ.
Why?
Like
Well, what does it do better?
it plays a little bit better. It looks
Okay.
a little bit better. It's not janky and now with that said, driving a vehicle is just as janky in that game as it is in DayZ.
Oh God.
Okay? But
Mm.
it just feels like it's like DayZ made the game and never really bothered to make the game quality. Whereas
Mm.
this game was like, we're just gonna do everything Daisy did, but we're gonna make it a little bit more quality. So it looks better, it plays a little bit better. Um, and I know there's somebody out there that's like, it doesn't play better than Daisy. I felt like I picked it up in like 5 minutes. I was like, this is exactly like Daisy. And the other thing too is the survival aspect is very forgiving. Like I didn't feel like I needed food at
Yeah,
all.
that's yeah.
Yeah, like it's very very forgiving. And there's little missions you can go and do, and there's bots. So there's bots around, and you could kill people. And then there was somebody shooting at me, and I'm like, this doesn't feel like a bot. This feels like a real person. And it was a real person, and he took me out. But the whole time I was like, Gina, this game's like DayZ. You gotta get out. You gotta play it. It's amazing. And it's really really cool. The inventory, the way you move your inventory, and you only got a certain amount of space, and the guns, and yeah, it just I there's no other way I could describe it, but it's like exactly like DayZ, and I'm
That
okay with it.
yeah.
I'm okay with it.
That's one game I feel like desperately needs a sequel, a redo.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It did not. It has not aged very well. But
Yeah, I
you're
think there's
oh,
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say I think there's certain aspects of DayZ that needs to be maintained in order for it to be DayZ. You know, that scare factor of seeing another player and just not being sure about how you want to approach. Like DayZ having that element is really, really great. And if they do make it a part two and they upgrade it and they upgrade the UI and all that stuff and they make it better, it can't lose that because that's really that's
Yeah,
that's the meat and potatoes of DayZ is
yeah.
like being terrified of other people.
Right.
You
Hey, you
know.
got anything? Yeah.
Yeah. I got something. I put it over
Brings
there.
brings
Just
out the
step over
worst.
there.
Yeah, that's
Step
right.
over there, and that right, boom, and you
Yeah,
just
it's a
get.
cake. It's yeah, it says mine on it, but it's yours.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But I recommend it. I actually recommend it, and I think it's if it's on sale, which I think it was. It was a reason why I bought it. Um, yeah, I
Yeah,
recommend it. Buy
there's
it.
a demo for that as well. So I downloaded the demo
Okay.
and I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Daisy is one of those things that's like it's like uh you guys probably don't have you guys have like White Castle, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they have those across the pond, but it's like every once in a while you're like I got to have a White Castle.
Yeah.
We have an equivalent here. It's not White
You
Castle, but
just it's called crystals.
yeah. So we have crystals here, and you go and you get like 5 crystals, right? And that
Yeah.
fourth one, you're like, oh, what the fuck did I do?
What am
Why
I
did I
doing?
do this? What?
Who am I?
It's like I don't just here throw this shit away. That's my DayZ. I'm like, yeah, you get into it, and you just like after like that 4th hour or your 5th hour, you're like, I must hate myself to play this. What the fuck? But I get
Yeah.
it though.
but then you probably go off of it and like leave the game and then want to play it again. Then you end up where you
Yeah,
were. Like,
absolutely.
why do I come back here again?
Yeah, like what if I tried this? I haven't done that yet. Yeah, they definitely got a loop going
Yeah.
there that's good. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm glad to see somebody take that formula and maybe make it a little better or at least update it.
I think it's I think it's a good formula, and I think it's they like I said, it's exactly the same. I I feel like it's exactly the same game.
Yeah.
It just looks better, you know. So, but yeah, that's pretty much. Oh wait, did I pay? Uh, nah, I didn't really play PAX Die. I kind of moved on, you know. I
Yeah.
was really heavy into PAX Die. I mean, I was playing it like 8 hours straight, and then yeah, I'm like, I don't really. I'm kind of over it, to be honest with you.
You made
Yeah,
yourself
I
out.
fell hard off of that one. I got to a point and I'm
Yeah.
like, I am not having any fun with this. My wife went back to it. Jenny went back to it for a little bit and she played. I think she was trying to get you to play with her
Yeah.
because she was like, "Where's David? Where's David?" I'm like,
I don't, you know,
"Why would I know?"
I don't know. I don't know what it is, but every time she asks me to play a game, let's play this game,
Uh-huh.
I go to Discord and she's playing Valheim. And I'm like, you're not
Oh
playing that game. You're
no,
playing Valheim.
she's always playing Valheim. You just have to go in the server and go, "Hey, I'm here," and she'll go, "Okay, give me 2 seconds," and then
And then she'll get out of
Yeah.
Valheim.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I never. I'm like, you're not playing that game. You're playing Valheim. So I
Well,
never bother her. I'm never like, I'm not. You know what I mean?
oh no, you're not bothering her. Trust me. But
Okay.
she did a stream for PAX Day, and about an hour and a half into it, she went back to Valheim. She's just like, "Nope, I'm done." I don't know what the catalyst for that was, but everybody in her chat was like, "This is not PAX Day." She said, "Screw it, I don't care." So she went back to that. So probably not something she's gonna continue.
Yeah.
But we streamed this, but we did play Split Fiction.
Okay.
And this game is a lot of fun. It's funny. It's, oh man,
That's
it
the
is
one
just
with
a lot of fun.
two girls,
Yep.
different stories.
Yeah. You play two writers that go to this publishing company and they have these deals. It's like, we're going to make your book. You just have to agree to do this experiment. And the experiment is basically they put you in this thing and it visualizes your book. So it's like they put you in here and they said, just think about your book. Something goes wrong and then the two of you are in the same like book.
Story.
So you've got one that is like into like cyberpunk, sci-fi, futuristic, and then one that's in like high fantasy. So they kind of go back and forth and merge and all kinds of crazy stuff. And you're a lot of it. It's very different from their previous game. I can't think of game names.
Was it a way out or
No,
or it takes two?
It Takes Two.
Takes Two?
Thanks.
It Takes Two.
God, I think
Yeah,
I've had a stroke and I didn't know it. But yeah, it's different from that because It Takes Two. It's very puzzle oriented,
Yeah.
and this is more of like you got to think on the fly. Like you got to keep going. Like you got to like. It's not so much solving a puzzle, but figuring out a way around something or in something.
They didn't also make Brothers, did they? That
I
two-player
don't
game.
think so. No, I don't think so. Or did they?
Because
That
they're
was a
kind of known
twin-
for making. They're kind of known for making these games where it's like two people working
Yeah.
together.
Actually, I'm not sure. I'm not sure they did because you can play like brothers by yourself.
Yeah, that's
It's
right.
not
You
like
can't
one
play
of
that
those
single
games where you
player. You
have
just
to-
control each one
have to play between.
with two
Yeah.
sticks.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, this game, it's a lot of fun. We're gonna probably stream it again. We played for a good 2 hours, I think, and we were just kind of tired. We're just like, holy shit, let's give me a minute because you're just like running and figuring this out. It's like, oh no, jump here, and there's also like wall running. My wife has not seen this. Like, she's never played like Titanfall or anything. And I'm like, oh, see that panel? I'm like, yeah. So just run. It's like, what? What do you mean run? It's like, run. See, watch. And then run and like on the thing. And she's just like, it took her a second to get that. Like, it didn't register. But when she did, we got past that. And that was really the only time where we kind of got stuck moving through the game. But there was also one that we couldn't figure out how to get past this little thing. And it took us a embarrassingly long time to figure out that she needed to shoot this thing and then I needed to shoot something into it. Anyway, super fun game. Highly recommend it. It's only like $50, and this is the cool thing on Steam, probably on consoles as well. Only one person has to buy it. So one person buys it, then you download. Right, you download a friend pass, so you're downloading the whole game, but you can only play when somebody invites you to it. So you don't have to.
This is Steam.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm sure it's probably the same thing on consoles as well.
Yeah,
I
same thing on console.
I literally just did the Steam Family Share,
and
it just would not work for me and Gina. Like,
no, this is different. You don't have to have family share. Someone buys the game, and then invites you to that game. And if you download the Friend Pass version of the game, not Friend Pass in general, but there's a the version of the game. Let me see. I downloaded it. It probably says no on Steam. It just says Split Fiction. But when you go to download it, it's like, hey, download this for free. So as long as someone invites you, you're in. Now Steam, the family on Steam, you can play. Like if you buy a game, someone else can play it, but you can't play it together. If you're not playing it, they can play it. Yeah. So it's kind of like game share, but it's not. Like it's halfway there. So if you have somebody else in the house that has Steam, it benefits them if you want to try something and where we just want to buy the and try it out, but it doesn't really benefit you for playing with anyone. I wish they would do what Xbox did, is that you share everything. You share your library, so you only have to buy one game if you've got two people in the house. But come on, Gabe. Gabe needs all that beard oil. So let's move on with this. I think we really got this last thing to talk about, but it's a little bit of a doozy, and this is what perplexes me about this. And of course, I'm talking about Ubisoft getting basically a stipend or a bailout from Tencent. I'll bring up the story here because I read this on Game Informer. You remember Game Informer? Yeah, Game Informer is back. Somebody bought Game Informer, the website, the staff, the actual publication of the physical magazine, everything. They just bought everything.
Wow.
And said, go back to work. They have the entire staff that lost their job are now back at Game Informer doing what they did before. When has that ever happened?
What a good person.
Somebody's like, I will buy you. Well, we'll see. It might turn out to be another Kotaku situation where they're just like, you need to write stories about this. But I'm going to read a little bit of this, and this is what's fun. Everybody's talking about this. I don't think anybody really knows what the fuck this is. Like, seriously, this is some weird, super uber corporate stuff that I don't think it's good. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's the saving grace that everybody thinks it is for Ubisoft. So anyway, I'll read a little bit of this. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but Ubisoft announced Tencent has invested $1.25 billion for a minority stake in a newly created subsidiary that will spearhead the development of its three biggest franchises going forward: Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six. So what they're doing is they're splitting the company into this new subsidiary that all the people that work on Far Cry and Assassin's Creed and Rainbow Six will now be in that subsidiary. Okay. Probably because those are the biggest franchises they have and they want to maximize profits on those. So they're bringing everybody in from that into this new studio. And this is I think, how many studios? Montreal, Quebec, Sherbrooke, Seguinay, and Barcelona and Sofia. So all of those locations, those are the studios that are now in this new subsidiary. Let's see. And then the new subsidiary will now manage these series back catalogs, games currently in development, and any future titles. It will be run by a dedicated leadership team supervised by the board of directors. To paraphrase, these three franchises have been moved into a separate internal organization that will oversee them going forward. So the rest of Ubisoft is going to be taking care of the other stuff, the stuff that's left over, supposedly. Let's see, and then and then the co-founder Yves Guillemot says in a statement, by creating this subsidiary, we are crystallizing the value of our assets, strengthening our balancing sheet, and creating the best conditions for these franchises' long-term growth and success. Corpo garbage speak. That doesn't mean anything. We are excited. Oh, and then the Tencent president says, and this is the funny part. Okay, so this is Tencent. We are excited to extend our long-standing partnership with Ubisoft through this investment, which reflects our continued confidence in Ubisoft's creative vision and exponential talent to drive sustained success in the industry. We see the immense potential for these franchises to evolve into long-term, evergreen game platforms and create engaging new experiences for gamers. Yeah, that's just a bunch of crap. That is actually just a bunch of crap. So I don't think there's a lot of people kind of throwing things out there, and they, it looks like the top franchises are getting their own, like, I guess, group. They haven't named it yet. They're even going to name it something else. So it won't be like just Ubisoft. It'll be like Ubisoft something, or maybe even a completely different name.
So it's like Activision
Ubisoft.
Blizzard, like Activision and Blizzard sort of thing.
No, it's like the opposite of that. It's like if there was Activision Blizzard, and Blizzard goes, okay, we're going to go back over here and we're going to control WoW and Overwatch, and then Activision goes back to just doing Call of Duty, and well, that's all they have is fucking Call of Duty. And Tony.
Yeah, but like in terms of what they have though, it's like this is one side, that's the other side.
Yeah,
It's still under Ubisoft as a whole.
They answer to the same board of directors. They will just have certain people like handling the leftovers, and then some people handling the main course. But $1.2 billion. This is Tencent is going to own Ubisoft at some point. This is their plan. This is what they do, right? They just give them some. They're like, we'll give you some money, but you got to do this. You got to do this. Now they did this. They gave them $1.25 billion or whatever when their stock is at the absolute lowest, right? Mm-hmm. They continue to do that. They can buy the whole company at some point with their stock just completely tanked. I said this years ago. I think that that's what Tencent is intentionally doing. I think that they get a stake in and potentially could help them make worse games, knowing that the market is not susceptible to what they're going to put out, making the company less valuable so they can just go in and buy everything they have. In the interim, or the immediate future, all this is probably not going to come to pass until like closer to the end of the year. Once in the year, you're going to see a lot of layoffs. You're going to see a lot of studios that were working on these smaller things just go away. They can't support it. This is why they're going broke. They're going to have to lose some people. They're going to have to lose, who knows what. So, I mean, that's what it's going to come down to. This is why they're splitting them. They're taking their big, heavy hitters and they're putting them into something more controllable. And then the leftover guys they're just going to be like, well, we're working on this. It's canceled. I mean, how many games have they canceled in the last 2 years? I mean, they have X Defiant that actually came out, and then they've canceled that. It's going under. The Ghost Recon Battle Royale axed. The Far Cry live service game axed. I mean, they've been closing stuff down left and right to save money. So I don't think this is a good thing. I don't think this is this bailout. I mean, I don't think it's a saving grace that everybody thinks it is.
It's a saving grace for maybe like the Assassin's Creed franchise and Far Cry and Siege. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like what about the other properties? Like,
yeah, Ghost Recon, my favorite.
Yeah, like the problem is
Splinter Cell.
I find is They don't want more Assassin's Creed and Far Cry and Siege. I want the other properties.
It doesn't matter though.
You
Right.
want Prince of Persia, but no, they've gone over that way instead.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you want. They have no clear definition of what we want. They have no idea. They've proven that time and time again. They don't. Look at Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers is so far in a bubble. They're canceling stuff that people were actually wanting to play.
Yeah, like
in light of other shit that nobody wants. I mean,
I'll just say this about because this really annoyed me. Like Hogwarts Legacy was supposed to get DLC in some form.
They were getting what was it, like
definitive edition, whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever they were going to call it.
It was DLC in some form. They cancelled it. Like, your game has sold 30 million copies. What are you doing?
That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So, but anyway, back to Ubisoft.
But yeah.
I you got to wonder, like, why would Tencent do this? I mean, I know they see potential. I mean, like, it really depends on how I think it really depended on how Shadows was perceived, and they're still putting out that it's reached 3 million players, but that's not sales numbers. When you say players, it's not sales. So it's obviously just how many people have played it via Ubisoft Connect
in different ways.
Yeah.
I might do it myself, to be honest. Like, I'll just get like a month of Ubisoft and
try it out.
I'll just play Shadows that way because I thought, $70 game.
Yeah, I think a lot of people. When you come out and say half the people that's working on this game, I've never worked on a video game before, and they hate it. Yeah, it's not really something I'm going to throw money at my screen for. Yeah. But regardless, I think this is going to this is just my perception of it, being having nothing to do with the gaming industry. I think this is probably good for Tencent, probably not so good for Ubisoft in the long run. I just don't think it is.
No. I mean,
yeah. No, I was just gonna say, like, what is good at this point for Ubisoft? Like,
yeah, that's a good point.
Like,
I mean,
it's either this or they're dead in the water. And I mean, this is probably the best outcome for them at the end of the day, staying afloat in some way, shape, or form, not completely going out like that.
I mean, there were like talks of other companies buying Ubisoft IP.
Yeah.
Microsoft wanted some, but I mean that might still happen. The only franchises they seem to care about is Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Siege. Apparently, so if someone buys Splinter Cell, I want it.
You can't, because that falls under Tom Clancy. So when they bought Red Storm Entertainment, which had the license, they own the license for Tom Clancy games. When they bought them, that was kind of they bought all of it.
Yeah.
Unless there's some legal mumbo jumbo, they can splice those off. But the IP is Tom Clancy.
Yeah, but if, like, for example, I own this IP, I can just get someone else to make it. Surely.
Sure.
Like, if Ubisoft can't make a Splinter Cell game to save their life, why can't someone else just do it? Just give it to someone else. Just, hey, make this.
Yeah, the reason they don't want to do that is because it's a single-player game, and it's a one-off. They can't make it where you can't get past this door in this room. What do? Oh, well, you can spend $10 and we'll just give you the key. Just go to the store and buy it. The Splinter Cell store. Now they can't do that. So to them, that doesn't show maximum profits. And you're right, David. Even David is right about the point of this may be better for them in the long run, as far as if they do like unhitch the trailer, and just have Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six Siege, and Far Cry. If they could just focus on those and maybe make those better and not so horribly monetized, maybe in the long run they will be better off. And instead of having 22,000 employees and having a stock of like $2, That's not a formula for success.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me, like how service based the games industry wants to be right now, and it's killing studios.
Mm-hmm.
Stop trying to make everything live services. Please stop.
Well, they're
killing
getting
your
it. I think they're
studio.
getting it. Yeah. Look at Atomfall. That's not a live service game. A lot of successful games now are not live service. Even though I say that, Monster Hunter Wilds just hit 10 million sales. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean,
that's insane.
I wouldn't call that live service either.
Not necessarily.
Yeah,
it could be.
Single,
if they.
Yeah, single player and co-op, but it's not like you need.
Yeah, it's not like
battle passes and microtransactions.
It's not The Division, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So people will buy good games. Just stop making everything this whole platform service thing that everyone wants to.
Yeah.
Stop trying to be Fortnite. Stop trying to be the bigger games.
Yeah.
Make your own game.
I realized earlier I said even David's right. I didn't mean to say it like that. It's like I was referring to what you were saying, not.
Yeah. That's
David
the first time
it.
David was right in his podcast.
Give him a baby Ruth. Yeah. That's not what I meant. Anyway, but yeah, that was definitely a good point. But yeah, I mean, again, we'll see. I don't know specifically. I know they have Far Cry 7 still in the works, supposedly Splinter Cell. I think everything else has been canceled.
And I think you're right. Yeah. No, I was just gonna say I think you're right. I mean, Tencent is buying Ubisoft. I mean, you don't give $1.25 billion to a company and then be like, oh,
just do whatever you want.
That money I bought that you loan me, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's fine. No, like I own you now, guy.
Yeah.
I gave you 1.25. You're mine now.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, as much as Tencent seems a little shady sometimes, if they were to take over and get rid of the family that is obviously lives in a just super bubble, maybe the company itself would be healthier and making better products and stuff. Fortunately, talking about this now, any change that we see in this is years away. I mean,
yeah.
The only change we're going to see first, really, honestly, is layoffs. Layoff. Studio close. Game cancel. Everything under that subsidiary, I'm telling you, is going to eventually just dissolve. And any of those other IPs, Liam, you might be right. Like Rayman and Rabbids, and we went over those, I think, last week. They have a lot of IPs that Prince of Persia.
They've got so many. Yeah, that's the thing. And they keep saying, like, oh, we've got games in development. Like, this is what they've said they are making, right? There's a Splinter Cell remake.
Supposedly.
No one knows.
Yeah.
There's a Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake, disappeared off the face of the earth.
Yeah. It was almost released, and then it went boop. Yeah.
They said they wanted to make a new Rayman. I don't know if that was official, like they were working on it, but they said they wanted to. There are so many other IP. Beyond Good and Evil 2, it's the biggest misfire ever. Still hasn't come out. Nothing happened.
That can't still be in development. Like, seriously, that cannot still be it. The creative director left years ago. That can't still be in development. I mean, how much money? It's like Skull and Bones. Like, how much money do you put in a game and expect a return on it? You can't do that. Shit, I think Halo Infinite just broke even last year. Shit. So, I don't know. But yeah, again, we won't see any kind of course correction or anything for probably quite some time. So, but alas, I think that's pretty much it. Not much going on next week. Huh?
Then as I say, then in 5 years' time, it should be called Ubisoft.
Right, yeah, actually. Tensoft. Oh, no, that doesn't really...
Tensoft.
Yeah, the other one sounded better. Why Tensoft? I think they already have that company on the adults only section in Steam. But yeah, I don't think there's much going on next week. News-wise, I don't know, but as far as game releases and stuff, I am like I'm not going to the store. I'm not doing anything. I need to get caught up on these games I'm playing. I need to finish Atomfall. I need to finish Monster Hunter Wilds. And, man, it's so good to have stuff to play.
Yeah.
Well, there is a lot
But
of
then
game updates happening next week and a big Nintendo update.
Yeah, we didn't talk about the Nintendo. We're going to wait for the Switch 2. But I will say this. I really did not think they were going to release Metroid Prime on the Switch 1. I was certain they were going to wait and have that as a launch title for the Switch 2. But nope, I was totally wrong. It's coming out for the Switch. Probably for the Switch 2 as well, but man, I don't know. We'll see. And then we did see a couple of PlayStation games on Nintendo. Going to Nintendo. So at the Switch 2, we might see a couple of Xbox games.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We should definitely see Xbox
It's all
Switch
good.
2.
People relax, chill out.
Yeah.
It's, third party there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's in 2 days, like Xbox, Nintendo will do their presentation for the Switch 2 and basically announce the thing because we still don't know how much it costs and whatever. So
yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm still expecting 400 for it.
Oh yeah, it's going to be 400. Yeah, they can charge anything they want. They're Nintendo, and it'll be 400, and somehow they'll make 500 on every one sold. Because they're magic. Anyway, all right. Well, we'll see you guys next week, and be good to one another, and stay off X, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah.
Go sell some weed on sections.
Be happy and so
do it virtually. Yes, do it
Virtually.
virtually.
Everybody, yes. Virtually.
We're gonna come back. Look, he's gonna go talk to his wife. He's gonna come back in like 3 weeks. He's gonna be wearing these like huge sunglasses, a big fur coat. He's gonna have gold rings.
So guys,
it's like
let me give you my review of this game.
Right.
the background next week.
I have a little side thing going on. Yeah, it's been good
Guys,
to
listen.
me.
9 out of 10.
I owe it all to Schedule 1. Anyway. All right, cool.
All right, guys.
See you later.